Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you a brand new series. What if Naruto got his powers from a dying god? Part 1 guys. If you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking back to all of you. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto was sent to a parallel multiverse, and enjoy that guys. And also I post a brand new episode over on Anime King of What If Naruto went insane with a bloodline, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And remember, if this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. Links will be down in the description for all of the channels. So go ahead and enjoy them guys. But for now, let's get straight into this new episode and let's not waste any time. Start the intro. We begin this new series off with Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze as she slowly stroked her 8-month pregnant belly as she looked towards her girls in front of her, all of them being students of hers from one time to another. The first one being Anko Midarashi. She was 8 years old, former apprentice of the traitor Orochimaru. The second one is age 6 as she was Hana Inuzaka, daughter of her best friend Tatsumi Inuzaka. Third is Kurna Iwai, age 8 and very proficient in genjutsu. The last is Yujeo Uzuki, age 8, her former apprentice in genjutsu. Sensei, do you know what the gender of your baby will be? Asked Yujeo as she looked towards her sensei with her chocolate eyes, curiously. A boy, and we're gonna be naming him Naruto. Fish cake? Said Hana. No, Maelstrom. And it's the name of the character in Lord Jiraiya's book. I bet he will be handsome just like the fourth Hokage, Uncle said, with a twinkle in her eye. He might also get Lady Kushina right here, said Kurenai, as Kushina laughed. You never know, but girls, I need you guys to promise me something, she said, as she got all of their attention. If something happened to me or Minato, promise me that you will protect Naruto, she said. As all of them nodded, we promise, they said, all of them in unison. However, their pact will be put to the test, because on the night of Naruto's birth, Kushina died. But not just her, the Kyuubi was released upon the village, and many was killed. The fourth Hokage sealed the beast away, and that cost him his life, as he sealed the beast within his son. Harrison had to take back the office, as he became Hokage once again, and because of certain situations and a bit of naivete, he released that Naruto was a Jinchuriki holder. The news was not what he expected. The boy was to be seen as a hero for keeping the beast at bay, but that is not the way things turn out. The people started to get angry. They became furious, as they wanted the boy to die, even though he was a mere child that doesn't even have a clear thought in his head yet. Their rage and sorrow for all the people that they lost was just that overwhelming. The group did their best to keep Naruto safe, but it was just too much. It was the entire village, after they lost so much that night. Each of them met Naruto at a different stage in his life, Hana being the first one, as he had brought a small fox to her. He had found it in the woods injured. He had brought it to her family clinic, where she was working at the time, as she tried to make friends with him immediately. But her little brother Kiba tried his best to ruin it, knowing how little brothers were, and he saw Naruto as a threat. The next one was Yujeo, as she was one of his envoy guards to protect him from various mobs. She was always there as he became familiar with her, but she could only protect him from afar. Anko and Kurenai was the next to meet him at 10 years old, as they had found him after his first day at the academy. A group of chonins and Jennings had assaulted him. The four of them had grouped up and stayed with the blonde until they had woken up. Harrison had came by as they had pleaded with him to let them take him in, but the man had to refuse, given the situation of the village. Over the next 3 years, the three Ice Queens of Konoha, as they were dubbed, did their best to protect Naruto at all costs. As they all put themselves in a position to help, Yujiro became an Anvu captain while Hana went into the Anvu Hunter Corps. Anko became second hand to Ibiki in the IT department, Kurenai becoming the Genjutsu mistress of Konoha. But at the time right now, it has been 13 years since the Kyuubi incident, and Naruto was alone. As Naruto clutched his head, as he was in some kind of tomb. What happened, he thought. The last thing he remembered was being chased, and then something happened and he fell. That was the last thing you remember. Oh, that's right. Someone used the Earth Jutsu, but where am I, he thought to himself. You find yourself in a tomb of a creature, begone, era. A strange voice said, as he spoke raspy. Hello? Said Naruto, looking around. Forgive me, but I can't seem to move. Would you follow my voice and come to me? Naruto Uzumaki. As Naruto wondered who the hell was this, and how did they know his name? He tried to run away, but bats stopped him in his tracks. As they started to flap their wings fast, coming in his face as he had to turn, and he ran for his life, running the opposite way that he was going before. Good. A little closer, the voice said, leading him here. As Naruto continued to run around in fear, until he tripped and fell right on his butt, as moonlight shined down. There now. You can see me, the voice said. As Naruto's eyes focused on a strange man, he sat on a stone throne, wearing strange clothing that Naruto did not recognize. Naruto swallowed thickly. Who are you, he said. His tone was frightening. The man leaned forward to show his face and his haunted, steel blue eyes. Something that should never see the dawn of day. But it seems like fortune has smiled upon me, he said. Why? Said Naruto, as he looked at the man. Fear. Naive people fear my power, and they lock me away. Quite like you. People hate and fear you as well, the man said. Why would you care, said Naruto, as it was only a handful of people that cared about him. The rest always tried to hurt and attack him. So why did this man care? I don't, but your thoughts are open book. Why do they hate me? Who are my parents? Why can't they just leave me alone? Shall I go on, the man said, as Naruto was getting more and more upset. Shut up, said Naruto, as the man started to laugh. Sorry, I meant no offense. But what would you do if you had those answers? What would you do if you had the power to change things? To get the respect that you richly deserve. To explore the feelings that you start to gain for those girls that you call big sisters. As his voice was hypnotic, as Naruto couldn't help himself but being drawn in by the voice. As he nodded his head, as the man's smile showing large, canine teeth, as they were elongated. Good, come closer. I'll give you a gift. Power beyond the ages. As Naruto stepped forward, the man cut his right palm, as he poured his blood into a stone bowl of sorts. Drink, the man said as he held out the bowl. As Naruto couldn't help himself but reach his hands out. And become my progeny, just as I was dubbed the No-Life Prince. I shall name you Naruto Uzumaki, the No-Life Duke. As Naruto took the bowl and placed it to his lips. He knew this was weird, but he couldn't help it as he drank the liquid inside. He dropped the bowl as he started to cough violently. It felt like liquid fire was pouring down his throat, burning his insides. His screams echoed through the tomb as his body started to change. His ocean blue eyes gained a steely tilt. As the white in his eyes started to turn black, his skin became a shady paler. As it flashed in between and became back to normal, it then flashed back to that pale color. His eyes flashed black and became normal. As Naruto kept on pulsating on the ground. Live, Naruto. Live, my son, the man said. As the man's body broke away into ashes, and he was gone. As Naruto convulsed on the ground. As his body started to slowly calm down. As a voice spoke, I think the demon fell in here. Damn, it's dark. Hey, who wants to go in here? A voice said. As Naruto slowly looked up, as his eyes seemed to glow in the darkness, a wide smile came on his face. On the surface, the mob of about 20 people, made up of civilians and shinobis. Damn it, Drew, why did you have to use that earth jutsu? The kunoichi there shouted, as she wore the standard uniform with a green olive jacket. She had brown hair, with a mole on her cheek. Screw you, Mobby. I thought I would catch a demon brat, Drew snapped at her. He's a nondescript jonin with a standard uniform, black hair and eyes. Well, one of you will have to go in there and drag the demon brat out, another said. He had bluish white hair and a ratty face, wearing the Konoha Chunin vest. Oh, don't worry. You won't have to do that. They snapped their gaze around, but they saw nothing until a civilian screamed. As they turned towards the man that fell, they rushed over. What the hell was that? His throat. Someone tore his throat open. Who the hell is here? Drew said, as a laughter could be heard as a thick fog started to roll in. Death is here. The ninjas whip out their weapons until the civilians start to be dragged away. Snapping of bone could be heard, crying of pain and agony, as the ninjas came back to back as they looked around, but they could not see anything in the fog. Damn it, get rid of this mist, Drew out. The second kunoichi flashed through hands as she breathed out, a gust of air that blew away the mist. She screamed when she saw all the bodies in pieces until she stopped screaming all of a sudden. They snapped their gaze towards her only to see her head fall. The remaining shinobis leaped away with frantic eyes. What will you do, Mizuki-sensei? Mizuki froze, as he was a part of the group. His light blue hair whipping around as he turned his head, as another of his comrades was dragged away, and another, as he started to back away in fright. Damn it, as Drew flashed through hand sign, fire style, as he released a jet of flames, but it slammed into Maki. As she cried out in pain, what the hell, he shouted, as her body was toasted. Oh, you missed me. The voice mocked them. Mizuki pulled a large Fuma shuriken until something hit him ferociously, as blood poured from his mouth as he was sent sailing forward as he crashed to the ground. As he slowly turned himself over, the Naruto standing there covered in blood. The demon brat, he spluttered. Guilty. But I am far worse now, said Naruto as he opened his mouth, showing 2 rows of sharp teeth. As Drew and the remaining ninja saw Mizuki collapse. So you finally show your true colors, you brat, said Drew. As Naruto clenched his fists, the shadows on the ground shot out and stabbed through Drew and the remaining ninjas. As Naruto's eyes sway from side to side, before his body tensed, as he dropped face first into the pool of blood. All the blood around him started to pull towards him. Time skip. Anko, Kurone, Hana, and Yujiro raced through the forests. Damn it. This needs to stop. Why doesn't Hokage-sama do something about this? The only thing that matters now is that we need to find Naruto, said Kurone. As Hana sniffed the air, her breath hitches. Up ahead, I can smell Naruto. Also, a lot of blood, she said. The group picked up speed as they moved. They gasped when they arrived as they saw body parts and bodies. Where is he? There, said Hana, her hand shaking. As she saw Naruto in the pool of blood, they rushed over. Naruto! Anko screamed. As she flipped him over as she checked for a pulse. Tears gathered in her eyes instantly, as they started to flood down her cheeks. As she felt nothing, until she felt a small pulse. As she picked him up quickly. We need to go now. He's fading, as they raced back to the village. 10 minutes later, they burst into the hospital. Medic! A few minute ninja rushed towards him, but they saw who it was. As the medical ninjas tried to turn away. As the group lost their shit. A rage and amount of killer intent started to spit around the area. If you don't help him, I will kill each and every one of you, said Anko. Her gaze, looking at them with nothing but a bloodthirsty look, showing that she was serious. The medics were now afraid as they took the cart and placed the boy on it and got to work, trembling the entire time. As the killer intent in there was a bit stifling, Yujiro then flashed away to go and get the Hokage. Meanwhile, as Naruto was walking as his feet were in ankle-deep blood, So my warden finally graced me with his presence and stink of the accursed leech. A voice said. Two massive red eyes opened. As Naruto narrowed his eyes, Kyuubi, he said. Perceptive little leech, said the Kyuubi. Why do you call me leech? Is it because of what I am right now, said Naruto. Of course. You've become a monster. You need blood to survive like a leech. But at least you won't be weak. As Naruto saw within the cage as he saw the massive fox. Oh, I'm no longer weak, said Naruto. Thanks to those idiotic ninjas, I now have the knowledge of several ninjas and their skills. It seems a moment of weakness helped me. Don't believe it will help you. Now leave me, leech, said the Kyuubi. In the waking world, Naruto opened his eyes. Naruto-kun, said Hiruzen. Hey, Gramps. Big sister, said Naruto. Thank God you're okay, Hiruzen said. When were you gonna tell me that I had the Kyuubi, said Naruto. As the group froze at that. Well, the old man especially. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun. I wanted to give you a normal childhood. But I failed, Hiruzen said. As Uncle scoffed at that, then why announce his status, Lord Third? Too many people saw the Kyuubi. I needed to calm the people down, Hiruzen said. As Naruto shifted his legs off the bed. A lot good it did, he said. I nearly died. However, thanks to it, I was reborn. As Naruto started to explain what happened, how Mizuki lowered him to the mob, as Mizuki was his sensei. And the man lowered him there, only for him to find out that there was a lot of people waiting for him, and they hunted him. Jiro opening the tomb and him falling inside to meet the no-life prince, and become the new no-life duke. As Hiruzen and the others were shocked. Naruto, why would you take such a deal? Said Hiruzen. Why not, Gramps? If I hadn't, I would have been beaten to death. But now I have power, and no one can hurt me anymore, said Naruto, as he could feel the power coursing through his veins. His vision was sharper. He could also hear better, as he heard the heartbeat of his big sisters and Gramps, as Uncle grabbed him and pulled him into her chest, as he felt her warmth and her scent, but he ignored it. It doesn't matter what you become. We care about you no matter what. Uncle is right. You're our little brother, Hana said, as Kurna and Yuji nodded. Hiruzen released a sigh, but he smiled. Listen, Naruto-kun. These four has a connection to your parents. They know my mom, but they couldn't tell me her name, said Naruto, as he gave the four a look. I see. Well, her name was Kushina Uzumaki. But your father, I cannot tell you per his wishes, but he loved you with all of his heart, Hiruzen stated. As Naruto nodded slowly. So how will you deal with your new changes? Said Hana. I'm sure the prisons are filled with people scheduled for execution, or fools that will try to kill me, said Naruto. I can't just have you scroll through the prisons and kill the prisoners, or kill the villagers. But I will think of something, said Hiruzen. What about the academy? There's no way that he can go back, Uncle says. Hiruzen sighed zeroed his forehead. Then there's the council. Tell them it's a Keiki Genkai, said Naruto. I don't know if this can be passed on to children, but frankly, I don't care, he said. Time skip. 3 years later, Hiruzen glanced towards a 16-year-old in front of his desk. He stands about 5'9", with a lean, muscular frame. Two bangs came down the side of his face, as his hair was slicked back. After the incident 3 years ago, Hiruzen placed Naruto under Eugeo carrying the Anvu, but he did not expect the blonde to adapt to it like a fish in water, as Naruto was now an Anvu captain after 3 years, as Naruto had adapted quite well, his codename being Kayoketsuke, or vampire. Take off your mask, Naruto-kun. As Naruto reached up and removed his hood was attached to a long coat that ended with two tails down towards his legs, as it was black. Dark as night, there was an orange streak going along the side that was barely noticeable. His mask was a pale, faceless thing. It only had one eye hole. The other one was covered by an eye patch on the mask. It wasn't a real eye patch, it was just a design. And there was a tear streak running down the other eye hole. Is something wrong, Gramps? Said Naruto, as he had on black, fingerless gloves with a metal brace on the back. He was wearing a tight black multi shirt. that had long sleeves. The coat had short sleeves too. It melded together quite perfectly. He was wearing a black pants with an orange lining going around the waist, as he was wearing steel-toe boots. I will need you to join the Genin team in a month, Hiruzen said. As Naruto frowned at that, you're demoting me to a Genin? No. As you know, your mission record is classified with Anvil. But I will place you as a Chunin. You won't have to do any D ranks either. But I want you to look after Sasuke Uchiha and Hinata Hyuga. Sasuke is a flight risk, and Hayashi wants his daughter to be protected outside the village. So who better than you? Said Hiruzen. As Naruto sighs, he glanced towards his father picture on the wall. Fine. But if he shows any sign of running, I'll ask that he be locked up. He can still be used to bring back the Uchiha clan, said Naruto. Of course. And happy hunting. I know that you have a long night planned, Hiruzen said. That is true, said Naruto. They will need to be fed. As he jumped through the window, the moment his feet was in mid-air, he burst into a column of bats as he flew away. Naruto arrived towards his apartment complex in the red light district that was now owned by him and renovated by him. He had purchased the building after a year of joining Anvil, and thanks to his clones he was able to renovate the building. One floor was a workout room, with a jacuzzi heated by seals. There was a meditation room, and there was another floor, for rent, and the top floor was his own. As he pulled a key from his pocket and unlocked the door, as he slipped off his boot. Anyone here? He said. In the living room. As Naruto made his way to see Kurenai and Hana on the sofa, along with Hana Ninkins. As Naruto smiled, he sat down. As Shiru, one of the triplets, moved towards him. So what did Lord Third want? Kurenai asked. He wants me to join the Genin team. Protection of Sasuke and Hinata. Kurenai frowned at that. She's become no different from her father now, Kurenai said. As one of the other dogs, Suki, came up to comfort her, seeing her bad mood. Don't remind me, both have become very snobbish. Will you still take a team, Naruto asked. Kurenai rubbed Suki's head as she thought. If you plan to turn us tonight, it wouldn't be prudent, she said, as she gave him a look. As Naruto rubbed back of his head, true. And Gramps gave us a go-ahead. So when you and Uncle get here, I'll start, he says. The moment he said that, as if on cue, the two girls entered the apartment. Your timing is impeccable. Gramps have given us the go-ahead. As Uncle giggled at that, so we finally get to become sexy vampires with our Naruto, she says, as Naruto smirked. We also get to clip the disease root from the great tree, said Naruto, as Hana put her pups in her room. As he moved towards Naruto's bedroom, the room housed a triple the size, 4-poster bed with dark sheets and curtains, a bookcase, and a large closet as Naruto sat on the floor, with the four kneeling in a semicircle. Taking this step is taking our relationship to the next level, said Naruto. No longer will we just be siblings. We will be bonded forever, said Naruto. As the four of them nod, we promise Lady Kushina to protect you. So this is us continuing that promise, said Yujiu. Plus, we can become lovers and help you rebuild the Uzumaki clan, Uncle said. Naruto sighed as he cut his palm, as it was 4 cups, as he poured his blood into it. When he was done, his palm healed up. Now drink and become my dark ice queen, said Naruto, as they all picked up the cups and drank. The moment they finished, they dropped the cups as they started to writhe in pain and twist on the ground. As Naruto watched, as their skin started to change, Uncle curse mark started to break down, and it vanished. Kurenai's red eye glowed bright before it switched to purple, and it then returned back to normal. The same thing happened to the 2 other girls. Small gasps coming out of their mouth, as their teeth were elongating. The 4 soon stopped to move, as the moonlight illuminated the room as Naruto stood in the center, as he rose to his feet. Their hands twitched as they started to rise off the ground. Now then, said Naruto, shall we cut the roots? As all 4 of them grinned, their sharp teeth and their bright, purple eyes looking up at him. Time skip. Unknown location. Danzo Shimura, known as the Yami of Konoha, made his way through the root bases. Where is anywhere? As his cane clacked along the bridge, as 2 men flashed in front of him. Lord Danzo, our sensor report 5 individuals infiltrating. One of the men said with orange hair. His name was Fu Yamanaka. Do our sensor recognize them? Asked Danzo. One has a very large chakra pool. It may be the Jinjulke. The second one said his name was Torun, a Burmese. Danzo gripped his cane as he narrowed his eyes. Has Harrison finally decided to make a move, he thought. Have our forces guide the Jinjulke to me. Secure the other four, I shall use. Shisui I, said Danzo, as both vanished. Danzo dropped his cane as he removed his arm from his robe. As he removed the sling, showing a golden bracer on his arm. Harrison, you made a critical error, said Danzo, as he started to unclip all the locks and remove the seal. Several minutes passed as the locks hit on the bridge, until Danzo heard footsteps. As he narrowed his eyes, as Danzo turned to see Naruto, his right arm was gone, but his left arm was holding onto the head of Fu. You're an arrogant boy to come here, said Danzo. Perhaps. Interesting tools you have. Their timing was near impeccable. I even lost an arm in the process. Uncle would put those insects to good use. As Naruto dropped Fu's head, as he focused on Danzo's arm. Sasuke would be livid to learn that you possess the eyes of his clan, said Naruto. Danzo did not answer as he rushed forward, bringing his arm back as he thrust it in for a punch. As Naruto raised his thumb towards Danzo's head, his arm reformed like a spear and pierced right through the man's head. But Danzo disappeared. You can even regrow your lost limbs, said Danzo, as he appeared behind Naruto. But black chains shot from Naruto's back and impaled the man, and once again he vanished. As Naruto glanced up to see Danzo above him on one of the other bridges. Interesting technique, and your mind is sharp too, Danzo. Danzo narrowed his eyes. And you can even read minds. I see. Harrison is using you to get rid of me. But it will be I who get rid of him, said Danzo, as he flashed you hand sign, wind style. As he breathed out several blasts of winds as Naruto dodged, as the bridge was ripped. As Naruto's cloak fluttered as he fired something. Danzo looked down as he saw a hole in his chest. As he faded away, as Naruto had a peacemaker in his hand, as it was smoking as he blew the tip of it. As Naruto ducked as shuriken coated the wind blades passed over his head. As Danzo flashed in front of Naruto with speed, as he grabbed Naruto by the throat, only for Naruto to bring his arm up and slice the arm that was holding on to him, before he twisted and snapped Danzo's neck. It is useless, boy, said Danzo, as he reappeared behind Naruto at a distance. Naruto, I may have figured his technique, a voice said. Danzo jerked as he found himself bound by rose bushes. I commend you for capturing Mina Genjutsu, but it's still far cry from Uchiha. Kurna UI, said Danzo, as he tried to move but he could not. He could not break it that easily. What the hell? This is not my normal Genjutsu. I found Yakumo Kurama in your clutches, monster, said Kurnai, as she emerged from the rose thorn tree. Why do you care? You abandoned the girl out of fear, thinking that her power would go rampant. Tools are meant to be used, not grow rust and worthless, said Danzo. Kurnai gritted her teeth. Kurnai, stop, said Naruto. But she sliced off Danzo's head before she could fully hear him. What? She said in shock. He has a jutsu that allows him to overcome death. Wind style, Danzo shouted from up top, as Kurnai was sliced through the back. As she started to fall, as Naruto caught her and flashed away. Wind style, said Danzo as he launched another attack after the two. As Naruto jumped and he landed. I cannot keep wasting Izanagi on him. I need to use Shisui's eye, Danzo thought, as Naruto reappeared alone. As his shirt moved to the side as he released a katana. Danzo dropped as he pulled out a chokito, a small blade. Prepare yourself, said Naruto, as both of them flashed away and ran their sword through each other. You lose, said Danzo, as he already teared off the bandage off his eye. The Sharingan switched. Now, become my tool, Danzo said, as he stared into the eye socket. Several seconds ticked by as Naruto's face looked blank until he smirked. What? Said Danzo, as several kanji spread across Danzo's body as he felt his chakra being drained. What are you doing? He said, as Naruto laughed. Your arrogance is your undoing, Danzo. As Danzo spit up some blood. Why didn't Konomatsukami work? As Naruto snapped his gaze towards the man, it came close, as his eyes turned red with slits in them. but the Kyuubi hates to be someone's pet. You tried to make me your dog, well your dog food, said Naruto, as he bit into Danzo's throat. Danzo screamed in pain as Naruto forges on his lifeblood. No, this cannot be my end. Beaten by a petulant child, Danzo thought, as Naruto body gurgled slowly pulled Danzo's body into his own. I will have to ask Tenzo on how to use a Mokiton, Naruto thought, as Uncle, Hana, and Kurenai jumped down, along with Yujiro. Kurenai, still healing from her wound. Are you alright, Kurenai? Said Naruto. Yes, and I'm sorry for falling for Danzo's tactics, she said. Naruto waved his hand and shook his head. It's nothing. Anything of note, he asked. No, we kill anyone here. And we got the young children out with clones, said Hana. Sweep Danzo's ears and seal off the ears that he owns, said Naruto, as all of them vanish. Once they regroup. So, a sex orgy now, said Uncle with a smirk, as Naruto chuckled and shook his head. Well, I guess we need to work off all this adrenaline, don't we, he said. Time skip, Naruto's apartment. As Uncle pushed Naruto on top of the bed as she jumped on top of his waist. I bet you fantasize about this, huh, Naruto-kun, she said, as Yujiro and Hana climbed into bed. Ever since I knew about what it meant, said Naruto, as Yujiro sank her fangs into his shoulder, as she drew blood. For shame for not biting us, Naruto-kun. For that, you'll be punished, said Kurenai, as she came over and bite him as well. As she reached up, she bit his lip before she licked the blood, as there was this seductive look on her face, as Uncle licked her lips, as the urge took over her, as she moved in as well. All of them did. The next day, as Naruto walked through the village, some still recognized him as they sent him dark looks. He was wearing dark pants. He was wearing a white t-shirt, and glasses that shade his eyes, and a long coat with 3 tails going down. As he arrived at Ichoku Ramen, hello Ayam. 5. Mr. Ramen, he said. As Ayam shouted back, Dad, 5 Mr. Ramen, she said. So, how are things going, she asked, as Naruto lowered his shades. Things are going well. I gotta join a Jenny team soon, said Naruto. The old man wants me to interact with people my own age, said Naruto. Will you be okay with your, said Ayam, as Toki brought the bowls of ramen. I'll be fine, said Naruto, as he started the first bowl, and it didn't take too long as he finished all of them, and Anvu flashed behind Naruto, as he whispered, Hokage-sama needs to see you, as Naruto watches the man vanish. He reached into his vest and pulled out some money, as he placed it on the table. See you later, Ayam, old man, said Naruto, as he pushed his glasses back up, as he vanished. When Naruto arrived, he found the old man reading his book. You want to see me, Gramps? As Hiruzen threw the book away, rather quickly. Oh yes, he said, clearing his throat, as Naruto looked over to the corner, where the little orange book was stashed away. I take it things went well, said Hiruzen. Yes it did, said Naruto. That bastard had a right arm full of Sharingan, and the cells of Hoshirama Senju. Damn you, Danzo, Hiruzen whispered, as Naruto continued. He even had the eye of Shizu Uchiha, which is now mine, along with all of his knowledge, as Naruto pulled out a scroll. Inside is all Danzo's dealings, and it ran deep, really deep. Hiruzen took the scroll. How long before they can return to active duty, he asked. About a month or 2. I'm keeping them confined to the apartment. I know that this will interfere with Kurenai taking a Genin team, said Naruto. I planned for that eventuality. Genma will take her place as sensei of Team 8. For the time being, you will be on the newest iteration of Team 7, said Hiruzen. The door entered as the 2 remaining elders enter, with serious looks on their faces. Hiruzen, we need to speak with you, said Koharu, as she sent a look to Koharu. As Naruto excused himself as he left. You give that boy too much freedom, Homura said, as Hiruzen leaned back in his chair. In what regard? He's a captain and a near S-rank shinobi, he asked. Putting that aside, that accursed bloodline of his, said Koharu, as Hiruzen snorted. It is only accursed to you because you refuse to give it to those on the council that want it. You should know that Naruto has turned Kurenai Iwai, Yujiro Usuke, Hana Inuzaki, and Uncle Midarashi. The 4 also agreed to be his wife once the council eventually called for the CRA, when I announced his full heritage. What? Said Koharu. Whether you liked it or not, Naruto is the son of Minato and Kushina. I caved a long time ago to the pressure of the council, but no more, said Hiruzen. Now leave, he said, The both of them grumble as they start to leave, as he was too busy to discuss what they want to talk about. You two should be the first to know, he said, stopping them as he got out of his chair. But Danzo is dead. Before they could say anything, he shut the door. Time skip. Naruto landed as he walked towards a stone throne. Why do you keep on coming here, said Kyubey. I was reborn here, said Naruto. He gave me the power to change and reborn, said Naruto, as he blew smoke from his mouth, as he had a cigarette in his hand. And you picked up some of his nasty habits, said Kyubey. It's not like it will kill me, said Naruto as he tapped some ashes. Why did you keep information from the old man, said Kyubey, as Naruto looked up at the hole from 6 years ago. I may be loyal to him, but I'm not completely beholden to him. If he dies in Orochimaru, ill-conceived invasion, then I will leave and take my queens with me. Konoha will never let you leave. You're the son of their beloved Fourth Hokage and my jailer. They will hunt you to the end of this earth. Perhaps, but I'm stronger than them. I can use the inner 8 gates without dying. I have all of Danzo's knowledge and Konoha dark dealings. I even have the Konomasukame, said Naruto, as he chuckled darkly. It's a shame I can't be freed. I would enjoy watching this village. Naruto cut him off before he could finish. There is a way for that to happen. I refuse to become a part of you, you leash. No more than I am right now. Right, said Naruto, as he remembered their conversation 2 years ago. Flashback. Naruto stands in front of the gate of the Kyubey, as the Titan Fox glared at him. You intend to set me free? Yes, I have no need for you, said Naruto, as the blood started to bring him up, as he gripped the seal and started to tear it away, until a hand gripped his own, as the man threw him back as the two of them dropped down. Fourth Hokage! The Kyubey roared, as Naruto got to his feet. Hello, father, he said, as Minato glanced towards the Kyubey. Naruto, he said, but Naruto fisted him in the stomach, as he collapsed. That is for choosing the village over your own son. I deserve that, but I wanted to keep the balance of the villages, and I had no time. Regardless, said Naruto, your actions made my life a living hell, so much so I had to throw away my humanity. I know, I saw everything through the seal. I never thought a being like that existed. Then thanks to becoming a vampire, I can release the Kyubey from the seal, said Naruto. That may be true, but the Death Reaper seal links your souls. The Kyubey would have been freed the moment your heart stopped. He should have been set free, but he was not. The fox roared angrily. Then I am forever linked to this leech, he said angrily. Schrodinger's cat, said Naruto, as he confused both his father and the Kyubey at the same time saying that word. It's something I learned from becoming a vampire. It's basically saying that the Kyubey is technically dead and alive. Thanks to you splitting him in half, said Naruto. Naruto, said Minato, I can't stop you from tearing off the seal, but I urge you not to, because you will need his power. As Minato reached forward and touched Naruto in the head, as memories flashed through his mind. That man, I believe that you will return, and you need all the power that you can to stop him. Naruto clenched his left fist until he felt something as he turned. Someone crashed into him with a hug. Kushina? Said Minato, as he saw the seal that Naruto partially ripped. When he wrote the seal, my chakra manifested, she whispered, as Naruto released a sigh. Kushina felt his arms hug her back. My life hasn't been the best. I've suffered for years, but still, despite that, I had people that cared about me. I also know that my parents died to protect me, said Naruto. Kushina sniffled as she pulled away softly. Our love reached him, she said as she looked towards Minato. It did, said Minato, as he came over and hugged the both of them. As Minato felt his time fading away, I love the both of you. Naruto, I'm proud of you, he said. I'll continue to make you proud, father, said Naruto, as the man faded away. Naruto-kun, as he looked back towards his mother, she gave him a smile. She placed a hand on his cheek. There's something I want to give you, she said, as something transferred from her body and flowed into him, as she gave him a generous smile. In the flashback, as red tears ran from Naruto's cheek, as he wiped them away, as he leaped up towards the hole, he flashed through hand signs and placed the hand down the tomb, the hole covered. As someone flashed behind him, as Naruto glanced, it was a boy, teenager to be exact, black hair, pale skin and black eyes. Have you assembled all the other operatives, Sai? Yes, Lord Naruto. But will Hokage-sama accept your choices, said Sai. I am loyal to him. And the root will be loyal to me, said Naruto. Gramps, still need a force like NE for now. However, if he doesn't accept it, I will take your souls as mine, said Naruto. As a clone poofed beside Naruto, you know what to do. The clone head sigh followed him, as he went to speak with the other members. Huh, you're quite the dark of the leech, aren't you, said the Kyuubi. But maybe we need light and darkness to survive in this world of ours. Time skip. Uncle lay on the sofa like a cat as she wore booty shorts and a sports bra. As she looked towards her hand as it changed into complete purple. Man, this will take a while to get used to, she said. I know. I can make genjutsu so real, said Kurin as she was wearing a pair of tights, as she was wearing a thin sweater as well. Naruto did say we will gain the ability of those that we devour, said Hana, as she was wearing shorts and a bra. I gained several new genjutsu styles, said Yujiro, as she was cleaning her blade. Her outfit was similar to Uncle's. Well, there's one more good thing that came out of this. I don't have that bastard mark anymore. Well, there was another thing, Uncle said, as she giggled a bit, causing the others to do the same. But this sucks, will need to stay here for a while. I can't even keep the triplets around me or see my mom, said Hana. The bloodlust is just too strong right now. I don't want you to accidentally kill someone, said Naruto as he appeared out of the floor. As he sat down, my clone should be finished with the remainder of root, said Naruto. Have you told the Hokage? Not yet, but I'll tell him later, said Naruto. So what do we need to learn, Uncle asked, as Naruto coughed his chin in thought. Not much. Transformation, telepathy, shapeshift, and the like. You got a month to do so, said Naruto. The four of them nod. 1 month later, Academy. As Aruka looked over, members of the great clans from Konoha, as there was the Aburame, the Akimichi, the Hyuga, the Nara, the Yamanaka, the Uchiha. Alright, everyone calm down, he said, as he was wearing the standard uniform with the tuning jacket on. Today you become proud genin of Konoha. I have enjoyed being your teacher, but the time has come for us to part. Now I will announce your respective genin teams, which is follow. As he started to speak, as he arrived to Team 7 where the most important were the clan heads. Team 7 will consist of the Rookie of the Year and Kunoichi of the Year, Sasuke Uchiha and Hinata Hyuga. Your sensei will be Kakashi Hatake. Who's our third? Aruka sensei, said Hinata. She had long dark blue hair that went down to her back. She had a fair complexion, her white eyes, but it had a lavender tint to it. Oh yes, your third teammate is Naruto Uzumaki, Chunin. The dope? Didn't he die or something, said Sasuke. No, I survived, a Jonin took pity on me, and I became a proper shinobi, said Naruto. As Aruka looked towards the door as he saw Naruto standing there. Oh, Naruto. It's good to see you, Aruka, said Naruto. I'll take my team to meet your sensei. Allow me to finish team placements. Alright, where was I? Team 8 will be consist of Kiba Nizaka, Sakura Haruno, and Shino Aburame. Your temporary sensei is Genma due to Kurina's illness. Team 9 is still in circulation, and lastly Team 10 is comprised of Choji, Akimichi, and Inu Yamanaka, and Shikamaru Nara. Your sensei will be Asuma Sarutobi. May they go now, Naruto asks. Yes, Sasuke Hinata. Follow Naruto. Our sensei is notorious for being late. But I know where he is, said Naruto. Where have you been, Naruto? You simply vanished 3 years ago, said Hinata. As I said, that Jonin took pity on me and raised me outside the village, said Naruto. Because of it, I was able to become a genin, and now a Chunin, said Naruto. It must be easy to become a Chunin if you did, said Sasuke. Perhaps. You'll see, said Naruto, as he led them towards the memorial stone, and there was their sensei. Oh, it seems my team came to got me, he said. You're always late, senpai. So I took the initiative, said Naruto. Well, that's good, said Kakashi. Why don't we start out with introductions now that we're all here? I'm Kakashi Hatake. I like many things and I dislike certain things. My goals are something that you're not ready for. Now, Princess, he said. I am Hinata Hyuga, heiress of the Hyuga clan. I like cinnamon buns, training, and my sister. My dislikes are fools and weakness. My goal is to grow my clan to greatness. Blondie next, and then Mr. Bruden. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. Likes are vague. Dislike is too many to count. And goals, well, that is none of your concern. Sasuke Uchiha. I like things and dislike things. My goal, no, my ambition is to kill a certain man and restore the honor of my clan. You have very different goals. Well, since Naruto is a Chunin, it wouldn't be valid to do the traditional test. So I have another idea. Meet me tomorrow at 7 at Training Ground 7 Sekagashi. As he vanished, Sasuke walked away. As Hinata turned towards Naruto. You change. You become paler. And you give off the air as a predator, she said. Time. Change, Hinata, said Naruto. I am no longer that happy-go-idiot of the group. As he adjusts his glasses. Excuse me, there's someone I have to meet. She looked towards the memorial stone. I will find out your secrets, Naruto. You are to be my tool after all, she said. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on the bell notifications they posted. But I'm off and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.